Podcast City Network.
Listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to The Everett Lee Show. A shot of entertainment to the head. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the entertainment.
Take a
Welcome to the Everett Lee Show podcast.
Fail bow.
Fail Val. I am the Everett Lee. You can check out Everett Lee right there on your screen right there on social media, on Facebook, The Everett Lee Show, Twitter at The Everett_Lee. Follow me on Instagram, Everett Lee Show, and on the YouTube channel, Everett Lee Show. You can see Chris Carnage is with me, draped in an American flag.
That's right, draped in Old Glory. Hey, fans.
That's right. And thank you, David C. Russell, for reminding us about that.
Yeah, it kind of helps if you have this wonderful thing called sound. It was invented at the start of time and, really makes a nice reverberation in your eardrums.
Oh, my God. I just... God. I can't believe it. I'm kind of cut off here, I feel like, a little bit.
Merica.
There we go. Merica. Should I hit the sound?
I mean, we have a soundboard for a reason, so
yeah.
I feel like... I feel like we should.
Yeah, we definitely should. That's why people are dropping out of the room earlier.
Yeah, there was no sound. Way to go.
Yeah.
Fail.
Yeah, fail. Well,
shame.
Talking of shame, you want to see what shame is? I'll show you what shame is here.
Hold on. Shame.
I will show you what
shame.
I'll show you what shame is right here.
Oh my goodness.
Remember I talked about green screen?
I do.
Yeah, well, I got some green screen stuff right here for us.
Oh yeah? Already off rip?
Yes. Already ready to go.
From the take two top?
Yes. Here we go.
Oh, snap. Oh, look at you. Just throwing it back. Throwing it back.
Where the hell is it?
Usually you have to have green screen.
Somebody ring the dingster!
Oh, my gosh.
Somebody ring the dingster!
You kill me.
Did you ring the dingster? Did you ring the dingster?
You're ridiculous.
You know what to say.
Right. But we do have a great show planned.
Yes.
It's going to be a lot of craziness and awesomeness.
Yes.
But first things first, happy 4th of July.
Yes.
Everybody out there in Twitch land right now watching on twitch.tv/Podcast City Network and all of our great supporters, sponsors, and fans, because this is going to be a good one. We haven't done this in a while.
No, we have not done this in a while. We have not done this in quite a while. And with you and me doing podcasts together, I mean, we did this 2 years ago. We did Merica Edition 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was riding a Velociraptor.
Yeah, you're running from
America.
And then dodging RKOs from Randy Orton.
Well, trying. Not always succeeding.
Yeah, not always succeeding.
But, America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And thank you, David C. Russell. Happy 4th to you, too.
Yes, happy 4th. Happy.
Happy.
Woo.
Yeah.
But a lot of good things for tonight, including some cool movies that are coming out.
Yep, some good, cool movies. Fast and Furious. We were talking about Fast and Furious, an update on the casting. You heard about John Cena getting cast. There's been casting news on another returning person from the franchise. We're talking about that. Talk about some Bill and Ted 3 update and Ghostbusters 2020.
Oh, yeah.
And our top 5, what it is being Merica.
Yeah, always awesome. But you know what? We got to start off with the very first thing. on the top of the list, on the heap of the pile, on the very tippity top that is the cherry of this show, and that is Final Score.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because a lot of things have been happening with Final Score, even to the point where if you have not checked it out, please go onto YouTube and the official Podcast City Network channel, and you can view episode 20, NBA Free Agency, and the XFL Summer Showcase show that was amazing, truly amazing, where myself and Craig were able to go down to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and be able to interview a lot of people that are integral, not only with the franchise, but with the actual league itself, including Commissioner Oliver Luck, head coach and GM Mark Trestman, players such as former USF quarterback B.J. Daniels, former Florida and Washington Redskins running back Matt Jones, and, of course, quarterback Ryan Mallett.
Dude, you told me that Final Score was going there. I did not believe that, man. I was like, no way, you could be kidding me.
Oh.
You were in Tampa covering that.
Oh, it was.
And I was in Daytona at AEW Firefest at the CEO Gaming convention in Tampa, or Daytona Beach, excuse me. But speaking of Final Score and what you're talking about, let me go ahead and pull this up right here for the people to check out, man.
Check it out.
You will love this right here. As soon as I can find.
As you do that, though, make sure that you follow Final Score on all of our social media outlets, on Facebook, Twitter, and now Instagram at PCN Final Score. Check out all the stuff we got going on there. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share. Because we are your number one source for sports news.
Yes.
On Podcast City Network.
They are. They're tearing it up, man. They're tearing it up with everything that they're doing. Chris and Craig are tearing everything up with Final Score, with sports, giving you stats, giving you updates, everything going on any type of sports. You're a sports fan, you definitely want to check out the show. You definitely do, because they're running 20 strong. They're not slowing down anytime soon.
And you can find us on all different kinds of platforms now, and that's the best part, is not only can you find us on podcastcity.net/Final Score, where our sports blog resides, but you can also find us on YouTube on the Podcast City Network channel. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Podbean. I know I'm forgetting some. Podcoin. We're on so many. I've honestly lost count.
Yeah.
Google Play Music. That's another big one.
Google Play Music, that definitely is. Let me screenshot this right here. This is what Chris is talking about right here. Let me go ahead and pull this up and play this right here. I'll give you a little tease right here.
It's amazing, man. I haven't been in the stadium right around this field in a while, so just to even be out here and walk through the locker rooms and the tunnels and all that, man, it was amazing.
What was your reaction when the XFL reached out?
Another opportunity. I mean, I'm so thankful and blessed. I continue to get opportunities, and I want to just make the most of them.
And you've gotten, you were in the AAF.
Yes.
You know, of course, you've gotten some. The NFL has taken a look at kind of what are your takeaways from not only the NFL but just your AAF experience?
Well, I mean, I'm excited and thankful for some of the guys that had opportunities outside the AAF to go to the NFL. That's what that league was, supposed to be all about. And regardless of logistical ways and whys of why it didn't work out or did not, you got guys who have more opportunities because of it. So that's a blessing. That's really cool in itself. And even with this league, I don't know what's to come of it, but I'm excited to be a part of it and have this opportunity. So hopefully not only just myself, but there's other guys in this field today that possibly have opportunities to move on to the next level as well.
What are you hoping comes of it? Are you hoping one day to crack, break into the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working hard. Just trying to make sure that opportunity that's placed in front of me now, I solidify that. Not looking too far down the head down the road, but today was very important for me to just have a good showing and show that I can still throw the ball and run around and play football. So I'm very thankful for what I did today.
One interesting kind of rule with the XFL is that you can throw kind of multiple passes as long as they're behind the line of scrimmage, right?
Okay.
But and you've played some quarterbacks, some wide receiver. I mean, it seems like a role that you could really help offenses exploit.
I mean, from a mobile quarterback standpoint, it feels like it might be a good idea, a good plan. Right now.
There you go. There's a little tease right there.
Oh, yeah. And to see more, all you need to do is go on to YouTube and search for the Podcast City Network channel. Check it out there. It's awesome. Episode 20, where we also talk about NBA free agency in the first 2 days that were a myriad of insanity and trades that we're seeing players such as Kevin Durant go to the Brooklyn Nets along with Kyrie Irving. And, of course, D'Angelo Russell ended up being sent to Golden State, among many, many others. To hear more and to see more of the interviews from the XFL Summer Showcase that took place at Tampa Bay State. Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. There we go. Get myself back together, Philly Billy. And to be able to check out more, go check out that episode 20 of Final Score with myself and Craig. And you can also listen to it on all of our social media outlets, to all of our platforms. We're everywhere now. Final Score, Sports Life.
He is. He's pretty much everywhere. He's pretty much everywhere. And Final Score is your top source for sports on Podcast City Network or on podcastcity.net. Now, before our little hiccup, thanks to yours truly here,
Phil Bow.
Now, we were talking about Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted.
We're talking about Bill and Ted 3, Face to Music.
Excellent.
There's a screenshot right here I want to pull up, and I want to share with everyone with what's going on with Bill and Ted right now. You can see right there, this is from comicbookresource.com, cbr.com. You can see Keanu Reeves and Alex Winters looking like excellent right here.
Oh, yeah.
And
really exciting.
Something right here from Daniel Rickman. The phone booth, the time machine, man, is coming back. Is coming back. And on the... Looks like we got a call coming in. Hello, caller. You're live on the Everett Lee Show.
Hello?
Hello, caller.
Hey, guys! Happy 4th of July. I love you guys.
Hi, Mr. Deathmatch Russell Podcast.
Yes. How you guys doing tonight?
Good, man. Good.
Wow.
Good. We're doing good. How about you?
Going? Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I miss you guys.
Yeah, we miss you too. We all been busy and stuff here on Podcasting Network, just doing everything.
A little feedback. Hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would turn down your phone volume in the background
I know.
so you can hear us.
Lots of shit. Everything's good. There we go.
There you go. So what's Mr. Deathmatch Russell doing tonight celebrating the 4th of July?
Let me mute this. Hold on. So what's happening?
What's Mr. Deathmatch Russell doing tonight to celebrate the 4th of July?
You know what? I've been drinking beer. I'm fucking just getting fucked up. That's the way to be in America. We get to celebrate in our ways.
That's right, America.
That's right. Let me play this. Merica. That's right. That's right. So, you pretty much enjoying the 4th of July? See any fireworks?
By myself. No, yeah, they're outside. I'm listening to them. I hear them. Hold on. Bang. Yeah. But what's going on, man? I hear you're talking movies right now.
Yeah, we're pretty much talking movies. Pretty much talking Bill and Ted. Pretty much talking about a lot of things.
Especially things that are excellent.
Yes.
Like America.
America, that's right.
Yeah. What the fuck we got this echo? Hold on. There we go. I'll silence you. There we go.
Here we go.
So I'm just going to be on here not that long, Just want to wish you guys a happy 4th and just love you guys. And you know what? Mr. Everett, man, how was that night you went to that expo? You just came back from a cool expo.
Yes, I did. I will be getting to that here in a little bit later on in the podcast. I will be giving an update and my thoughts about attending AEW Firefest. Part of
you know who is actually at the Game Changer Wrestling tonight?
Who's that?
Marco Stunt and his brother Logan Stunt.
No
that
way.
Backyard Wrestling. Yes, yes,
nice.
They're tearing it up. The brothers and that guy that Chris knows is there. That one wrestler.
That narrows it down.
Yeah, well, Ty or whatever is it? Ty
Hill.
Ty Hill, yeah.
Yeah, that guy's amazing. I've wrestled against that guy numerous times. You want to talk about a guy that can flip and wrestle? That's the guy. And I don't mean flip and wrestle. Flip and wrestle.
Go check out, go click on Twitter right now, and you can see some footage of the GCW backyard. He's on there. Yeah, you'll be like, wow.
Yeah,
they got some gifs.
Definitely have to check that out
up
later. We definitely will.
Yeah,
but
the Bad Boy was there too, of course.
Nice. Thanks for calling in tonight, man. Thanks for calling in. And
all right, enjoy. I'll be listening, laughing. Absolutely. You guys, talk to you later. Bye.
All right, bye, bud.
Bye-bye.
Back to watching.
Match Russell called in, man. That was great.
It's always good to hear from him.
Yeah, it's always good. It sounds like he's having a good time tonight. And, of course, if you call in right now, you let us know what you're doing on the 4th of July, how you're celebrating this Independence Day holiday. And let us know live here on the Everett Lee Show.
Yay.
But Alex Winters and Keanu Reeves coming back, Bill and Ted, and we're pretty optimistic about it. I'd like to see where the story goes. Apparently the mom is supposed to be coming back like we talked about. And, of course, it's supposed to be the story is around the daughters of Bill and Ted, and then writing a song that saves not the planet but the universe.
I mean, you got to step it up. We already saved the planet with Wild Stallions.
Yes.
So now, obviously, you got to take the next step with the Offspring saving the universe. So,
yeah,
I mean, it only makes 80 cents.
It does. And too bad George Carlin's not in this because, I mean, it's just, I loved him in the last two. And you said Death is coming back, too.
Yes. William Starling, I believe it is actually going to be reprising William Sadler. I don't know where I'm thinking right now, America. William Sadler will be reprising his role as Death, and they will be joined by Samara Weaving and Bridget Lundy Payne as Bill and Ted's daughters. And, of course, Kid Cudi and Anthony Carrigan will be coming in new roles for this film that's expected out August 21st, 2020.
2020 is going to be a good year for a lot of movies. It definitely is. It's definitely going to be a really good year for a lot of really, really good movies.
But what about that one that's supposed to come out in the beginning of 2020? Ooh. Fast and Furious 9?
Yeah, Fast and Furious 9. John Cena, he's already been announced part of the cast playing a badass character. What kind of badass character is he going to play? Is he coming back out as like Thugonomics or something?
I don't know. I hope not.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. It might be better than now John Cena, so who knows?
Yeah.
might just work out better.
That's right. Yeah, but Jordana Brewster's coming back as Mia.
Yep.
Vin Diesel put a post up on his Instagram. What I like about Vin Diesel's Instagram is he gives updates on movies he's working on and stuff, especially with the Fast and Furious franchise. Mm-hmm. And he basically, they're filming it right now, and he was on camera there with Michelle Rodriguez, and Jordana Brewster comes in, who played Mia Toretto, Dominic Toretto's younger sister, and baby Brian. They mention kid looks like Mia and Brian's O'Connor's son. Mm-hmm. Mother and son are going to be in this, and I don't know what pivotal part or anything they'll be playing in this, or they just back just to give it an extra hand, because Fast 9 coming out next year, and in 2021 or 2022,
21.
Fast 10 will come out, and that will end this franchise.
And what's interesting about that is that both films are going to be directed by Justin Lin, who also did Fast 5, Fast and Furious 6, Fast and Furious 4. He did Tokyo Drift.
Yes.
So
he did a majority of them. He did basically he did
from 3, basically 4, 5, 3 on. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now 9 and 10. So
yeah.
I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah. Which now out of all 8 films, what's your favorite?
I have 2.
You have 2?
The very, very, very first one that laid the foundation, the Fast and the Furious.
Yes.
And some people may or may not agree with me on this, and guess what? I'm Chris Carnage. I don't care. I loved Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
I did too, because it is the wild card out of the movies because it's different characters at the time.
And it's the only time they've used completely different characters.
Yeah, it is, except Vin Diesel's pretty much been in all the movies. He's been in all of them.
Let's be honest, though. In Tokyo Drift, it was a cameo.
But still, technically, he's still in the damn movie, right? Yeah.
For 2.5 minutes.
Even the character, Sean from Tokyo Drift, even made an appearance in 7.
That he did.
Yeah. Because
and apparently might be making an appearance in this new one.
Yeah, there's been talks about it. Him showing up in 9 and 10.
Yes.
It'd be nice.
It would be.
It'd be nice in the final one to get everyone in if Vin Diesel and The Rock would put their bickering aside and be professional just to do this, to close the book out, the franchise. That's great.
In a perfect world.
Yeah, in a perfect world, but that ain't going to happen. Pigs will fly and John Cena will have to go thugonomics again.
Oh, man.
Let's just flush that one right there. But you know what? You know what, Chris? I did it.
Did you?
Yeah, I did it.
What did you do?
I did it.
Good answer.
Oh my goodness. who let you in the house, Meg? Oh my goodness.
I got a lot of those, man, tonight, man. I got a lot of those tonight.
Oh my goodness.
I got them all. Here, let me throw this one out here. This one's America. I mean, to me, he seems like it, but I mean, you know, if I happen to ramble on tonight, just call him because he'll probably just end up, you know.
Showtime. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Fun with green screen, man.
Gotta love it.
Definitely fun with green screen, which we'll be doing crazy shenanigans here later. Now, I want to ask you about, we're talking about movies 2020. Ghostbusters. Those of you in the chat right now and listening, 2020, Ghostbusters 2020. Everyone is returning except, what's his name? Egon, who passed away. I forget the actor's name. But he passed away, and apparently just recently Paul Rudd posted up a shot of the Ghostbusters house or the building, and he's going to be part of the movie in 2020. How do you feel about Paul Rudd coming in on this right here? Because they pretty much got everyone back from the original, you know.
For the most part, they did get everybody back, but I honestly really like that Paul Rudd is going to be a part of it. And you were thinking of the character or the actor Harold Ramis.
Yes. Harold Ramis,
who played Egon Spengler. But with Paul Rudd coming in, I think he really kind of cut his teeth really nice. Obviously, he's done great things when it comes to comedy. But with Paul Rudd coming in after doing Ant-Man and the Wasp, and now they're actually making another sequel to that.
Yes.
Which I'm sure we'll touch on in some future episode.
Mm-hmm.
But having him come in, I think he honestly will be a really great addition, and it'll be something that we'll be able to have that little bit of like comedic relief that you used to have in Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Paul Rudd show up in Ghostbusters 2020, especially with the original cast. And it's going to be great when that comes out because, I mean, he even slimed himself.
Just random things. Don't mind us. I'm on my computer doing things. I'm a multitasker.
Yeah, Chris got the laptop going and everything and stuff. He's got his notes up. I got mine up here. We got this. You should see this area. It just looks crazy, man, here tonight on the Everett Lee Show, Merica Edition. And one thing, talking about being Merica, I want to talk about is let's do a top 5, man. Let's do a top 5. Let me play a sound for a top 5. Your top 5. Number 5. What would be your top 5 of being Merica?
Oh man, what is it? What is it to be American? Honestly, we got to start out with the very first thing all of us love: the smell of freedom.
Smell of freedom.
Smell of freedom. Smell that? Hold on. You smell that? That's the smell of freedom.
That is, because it's America.
America! Fuck yeah!
I would have to say my top 5, what it's being America, is eating hot dogs. Hot dogs.
That's pretty American.
Hot dogs is one of the best things to eat because they're quick, easy to make. You go watch a baseball game. What do you have?
Oh, hot dog.
Hot dogs.
And hopefully a beer.
You, on a holiday or a nice summer day or just a day out of the week during the summer and spring, you fire up the grill. What's one thing that you throw on the grill?
Oh, are you talking about steak or burgers?
Talking about, yeah, you can throw that on there.
I throw a lot of things on the grill. Don't mind me. America. I throw some burgers on. I throw some hot dogs on. I grill that son of a bitch up, man. I fire it up. Man. I sit there, drink, have my tall boy of beer, I'm sitting there flipping them and stuff, turning the weenies over and everything, and just going at it, man. Just, grilling like a villain. Grilling like a villain.
Grilling like a villain. That, to me, that would be my number 5 right there on what Merica is, being American. Eating hot dogs.
You know what my number 4 is?
What's that?
Muscle cars.
Muscle cars. Hell yeah.
That's right. You only get true American muscle in, well, a lot of these American makers, though, do make a lot of these vehicles overseas. But you know what? American muscle. V8s.
V8s, American muscle.
Smell the gas now.
Yeah.
My 13 miles to the gallon.
Favorite muscle car?
1969 Chevy Camaro Yanko.
Mine would have to be a 65 Chevy SS.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep, that's my favorite right there.
So what's your number 4?
My number 4 would be, trending into the food right now and stuff. I would have to say my number 4 thing to be eaten would be apple pie.
I think you got food on the mind, sir. Yeah. There's nothing as American as apple pie.
Apple pie. America, you eat it during the summer. A lot of people do eat it during the summer for dessert.
You can eat it year round.
Yeah.
With a dollop of vanilla ice cream.
You like ice cream on yours?
Mm-hmm.
I like whipped cream. Cool Whip.
Ooh. Or can't go wrong with that. Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Or Stewie. Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
But you know what? My number 3 would have to be good old American football. Philly Dilly.
Philly. That's your team right there. Philly Dilly.
With Ben Franklin on here because it's Merica Edition.
America. Let's give America fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah!
That's right.
That's right.
Hear the fireworks going off out there?
I hear fireworks all over the place. If you are here in America and you do not hear fireworks, you are not in American enough of an area.
No, you're not.
Get into a more American area.
Definitely.
Usually near a lake or some type of large field of fireworks. My number 3
for being Merica.
Merica.
Would have to be listening to classic rock and roll.
Yeah, classic rock.
Good old rock and roll there.
You need some Creedence Clearwater Revival.
That's right. Some Bob Seger.
Oh,
Some Creedence Clearwater.
some Ted Nugent.
Yep. Some Boston. Some Led Zeppelin.
Some Rush.
And Rush. That's right.
Merica.
That's right.
That's right. So for my number 2 would be shooting guns legally, because Merica. I don't think the British have that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with me! Nothing wrong with me!
Oh man. Merica.
My number 2 Merica thing doing is watching baseball.
Oh, good old baseball.
American pastime.
Can't go wrong with that.
Watching baseball. I flip back and forth between teams and stuff. I flip back between the Cleveland Indians and the Tampa Bay. And one year I flipped over to Tampa, and Cleveland did fantastic. And then I flipped back to them the following year. Then Tampa did fantastic. I'm like, I can't win.
Yeah, but you need to be a fan of a true team like the Boston Red Sox, the defending 2018 World Series champions. Oh, and you know why they're called the Red Sox?
Why?
Because the Rebels done wore Red Sox with their blue coats. America. Boston Tea Party.
I agree. I agree with you there. That makes a lot of sense there. That makes a lot of sense. What would be your number 1 Merica thing?
My number 1 Merica thing. And I got to take a page out of your book, because I'm going the food route on this one. And it's probably my most favorite food in the whole entire world. And that's chicken fried steak.
Chicken fried steak.
With white gravy.
Chicken fried steak. Oh, God. Yeah.
Chicken fried steak, and I don't care. Chicken fried steak. Oh, wait, that's not how the song goes?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jimmy Crack.
I thought it went chicken fried steak. That's just me.
That actually sounded better.
Might have to commission a Chris Carnage song for that.
We probably will. I'll have to talk with the heads of Podcast City Network.
America.
Oh, damn.
Always a good time, though, especially on the Podcast City Network and the Everett Lee Show.
It is. It's always a good time, especially during this 4th of July holiday. And I hope everyone's having a good time and
having
being
a safe time, and not being, Jason Paul Pierce, whoever his name was. Who was the one that blew his hand off? Played for the Giants. Can't even remember now.
Yeah.
Because you blew your hand off.
You blew your hand off.
I can remember half your name because you only got half a hand.
Now, my number one Merica thing to do.
Jason Pierre-Paul. There it is.
Is drinking Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola.
That's so American.
Yeah, I at least have 1 or 2 a day.
I see a can from here.
Yep. Yep, I am a Coke person. Not that type of Coke person.
But I'm about to say you mean a Coca-Cola person.
Yeah. Coca-Cola. Yeah.
This is a family program.
Happy Trader Day from the UK. Thank you there.
Here, this is for
Morris.
you. This is for you, bud.
we got the UK.
It's okay. We're friends now.
We are.
We're friends.
We are. We definitely are friends. And my last name, I traced it all the way back to England. So I am English.
You know what I traced my last name back to?
What?
Pure Carnage.
Pure Carnage.
Yeah, it was bred from dinosaurs. That's why I was on Velociraptor for the last Merica Edition. That's a true story.
I had to throw that.
I think that made my balls hurt.
Wow.
Oh man. So you know I gotta do it. Random Merica fact.
All right.
Do you know where the original capital was in America?
It was in New York.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, it was New York. They talked about having the capital in New York, but then they decided to change their mind and have it in a place that's not part of any state or anything, in its own little section.
Incorrect.
What?
So New York was the first capital.
Yeah.
It was until 1790. Then the capital moved to Philly. That's right, until 1800, and then it went to D.C. But
yeah,
Philly had it for 10 years.
I forgot about that. I know about the New York.
That's right, Philly dilly.
Hey, Philly. I'm going back to Philly.
But yes, New York was the very first one, and not a lot of people knew that, but they always met in City Hall, which is Federal Hall, back in New York City. And then when they moved to Pennsylvania, it was in the Philadelphia County Building, known as Congress Hall at the time. And then it moved to D.C.
Oh, I did not know that.
Merica facts. See, we like to be educated on this program.
I like to be educated, and you educate me.
Only every now and then.
Every now and then. I know. It's always good to educate and, be informed about things and stuff. It's just one thing I just worry about this generation. It's like, do they even know where the capital of the United States is?
Most people don't even know. Most people can't even name all the states, and that's just sad. I used to know all the capitals, everything.
Yeah.
Used to do it in alphabetical order too.
Yeah, and you know what I found the other day? I found a globe. Remember the old globes? You spin them and stuff and look at everything on there, and it shows you every place in the country, in the world. There goes, damn, that sounded loud.
That was some big fireworks out there.
Sounded like someone out there with a shotgun.
That was crazy.
Surprised, I'd be like freaking out if Ted Nugent lived like right down the road from me.
Oh, Ted Nugent. You want to talk about a guy blowing up some fireworks?
God dang, he's probably riding around in his yard in his on his land in a fucking tank.
Probably shooting real fireworks.
He probably is. But
you know what real men do?
What's that?
They hit their desk with closed fists, demanding photos of Spider-Man.
I see that.
Just saying.
That's crazy. That is crazy. But I am going to grab our draft day selection beer for our mini draft day. Draft day! Merica!
Don't mind the raisin octaves. America! Fuck yeah! But while you do that, I'm going to update the peoples on, I don't know, American facts or something. I don't know. Some guy told us Happy Trader Day from the UK, so maybe he wants to know more.
We love our fans.
We do love our fans. And always know that you can check us out on all of our outlets, no matter what show. But the one place you need to go to make sure that you catch everything is podcastcity.net. But if you're doing the Everett Lee Show, no, but with podcastcity.net, you can catch us everywhere on our website, obviously podcastcity.net, on Facebook /Podcast City Network, on Twitter @PodcastCityNet, on YouTube. All you have to search for is keyword Podcast City Network and join our official channel and give us a subscribe. And you can also find us right here on Twitch at twitch.tv /Podcast City Network. Always a good time. But always. But you know what else is always awesome? It's always awesome to know that the Everett Lee Show is here for all of us. But if you're not Everett Lee's, he's getting us beer right now. Don't mind him. But thank you, sir. Oh, the cool nectar of the gods made here in America. So you can find Podcast City Network on all those outlets. So definitely make sure to check it out. And we have a lot of really big news coming here very soon about a lot of cool stuff that we have going on with the network. A lot of stuff that will very well pique people's interest. It's going to be amazing.
It is. It's definitely going to be amazing. I'm trying to fix my chair here.
I'm trying to pop this beer.
Trying to pop that beer. Well, one thing that we're going to pop right here, ladies and gentlemen, on the show. Look at you. Pouring that beer.
With minimal head, nice and gorgeous, Yingling Lager.
Well, that right there is basically one of our choices tonight here for
That's right.
our top 4 Merica beers.
Yingling traditional lager.
Be drinking here. We have that. as one of our selections there.
And if you did not know, to give a little back information on Yingling.
Yeah, give a little backstory.
Because this is the Merica Edition. So normally on this show with Draft Day, we'll try to do different select draft beers and stuff of that nature. Usually live at City Limits, which I guess I can go ahead and make that announcement now. Why not?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. The event page eventually will be up, and we will have a flyer for it. But we're going to go ahead because it's the 4th of July, and I didn't plan to announce this for probably about another day, or two, because, I work a lot. But either way, the big thing is that myself, Chris Carnage, the man sitting to my left, your right, Everett Lee, will be live June 27th at 2620 North Woodland Boulevard in beautiful D-Land, Florida at City Limits Tap Room for UFC Fight Night and for Draft Day.
Draft Day with Everett Lee, Chris Carnage. You can't go wrong there, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot go wrong there. Because
no, you can't.
We haven't done actually a draft day together in a long time. I think the last time we did one was at the 1-year anniversary of Podcast C Network.
Yeah, that was the last one time. Because even I think the only one we've had since then was when me and Craig of Final Score went and took over Draft Day at City Limits Tap Room. Mm-hmm. So this is the first one we've had since that too.
Yeah. Well, since we got this Yeeling here, apparently Yeeling is one of the oldest breweries.
Yes, I was going to say they are the oldest brewery, 190 years old, and it is brewed. It is brewed in the depths of Pennsylvania, in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. And it's an amazing lager. Is one of my favorites. Probably is one of the better lagers made in America. Has a slightly darker color than most lagers. That or it's my glasses. I don't know. And has a nice, rich taste. Great, just tastes like American freedom and gorgeous beer.
Yes.
I should have sprinkled gunpowder on the top of this and make it completely American.
Yeah. Now, what is do you know any little history about Yeeling beer?
It's beer.
It's beer.
Oh my goodness!
I got something right here to mention about it. It does go down smooth. It does. It definitely does.
It originally was made though. A lot of people don't realize this. By a German brewer named David Gottlieb Junling, who passed away in 1877. Just to give you the history of that. He immigrated to the U.S. in 1828 from Aldingen, a suburb of Stuttgart in the Kingdom of Württemberg. And his last name, Yingling, is what ended up being the name Yingling, and began the Eagle Brewery on Center Street in Pottsville in 1929. Or 1829, sorry, 1829.
Look at that right
Get ahead of
there,
myself.
Man. That is nice.
Good old Yingling.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what. But it's been awesome what they've been able to do, and they really began getting going with David G. Yingling. And really got it going. Always been amazing. And, excuse me. Oh, man. Yingling. I've been drinking a lot of Yingling. Don't mind me. But they expanded pretty quickly. By 1931, they had a new brewery and plant because mainly of a fire, but they were able to build right back up in Pottsville, which is the site of the current brewery, and that was built in 1831. The brewery is also named to D.G. Yingling and Son after David's son, Frederick, joins his father as a partner in 1873. And then David Yingling dies in 1877 at the age of 70. So, not too bad. But they ended up adding a bottling line to the plant. And then Frederick Yingling dies in 1899 at age 51, and his only son, Frank, assumed the management and kept it running. What ended up happening, though, when you end up having Prohibition.
Yeah, the Prohibition era was bad.
Yeah, 1919, the 18th Amendment goes through, is ratified, enacting a call for national prohibition of alcohol. So what Yingling did was switch to production of near beer products to be able to stay alive until after the Prohibition ended. And it was crazy because they mainly also constructed a dairy directly opposite of the brewery to try and survive this because everybody knew it wasn't going to last. And then we get to 1929 as the 100th anniversary of the brewery, and the near beer remains the only product being produced at that time. But once Prohibition ended in 1933, they came out with a winter beer and shipped a truckload of it to President Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Wow.
Yeah, 1933. And they literally called the beer winter beer because they won.
That's
And then 3 years later built another brewery. So, yeah, it's a brief history of Yingling. Definitely one of my favorite beers. So I'm glad we have it here in the draft day lineup.
Yeah. This is great, man. Just
Merica.
This old America's oldest brewery.
Oh, excuse me. Didn't mean to do that into the mic.
I can't even do it.
Merica.
It's not bad.
Oh, it tastes like freedom.
It does.
Merica.
It does. Now, one of the next beers I have right here is a very popular beer with a lot of people, especially here in the South, here in the States.
Are you talking about the one, the only Budweiser?
That's right.
Or what I like to call it, Bud Heavy.
Bud Heavy.
Bud Heavy.
It is heavy. It is heavy.
It is a heavy beer.
It is. It's definitely a real heavy beer right here. It basically, Budweiser, they met. It was founded by Adolf Busch, journeyman, journeyed to America from Germany, another German immigrant coming over to the States, to the country. In 1857, determined to make his dreams come true, he wasted no time when he landed in St. Louis and started to work at a brewing company. Among his clients was Everett Alhuser. I suck with names there. The name might sound familiar, but he also owned the Anheuser Company.
Are you talking about Eberhard?
Yeah, Everhard.
Eberhard Anheuser.
Everhard Anheuser. And he married his daughter Lily in 1861. After fighting for the Union during the Civil War, he joined his father-in-law's in the business, bringing big ambition ideas with him. He basically, by 1875, he was named Secretary-Treasurer, and in 1879, the company name was officially changed to Anheuser-Busch Brewing Associates. And after Edenhard's passing in 1880, basically, Alpha or Bush became president. He became president. And he went on from there in St. Louis, and it became one of the St. Louis during that time became one of the city's largest German populations. And but the large German population meant a lot with beer, and in turn it meant a lot of competition for Bush. Basically, he was a talented salesman and an eye for innovation, and he wasn't able to be discouraged by competition. He welcomed it. So, recognizing the need to expansion outside St. Louis to places with a less crowded beer market, he stayed close to emergency technology and developments that would make expansion possible. One major development was pasteurization, which increased the shelf life of bottled beer by up to 4 months.
Can't go wrong with that.
No. And it allowed to further shipping. So that was pretty good, because if back then during this time, if you're shipping from the east and you had to go Midwest, it'd take a while.
Yeah, it usually didn't last that well, so you had to find ways to keep it out of the sun and be able to get it there where it was still good.
Yeah, he definitely did. And basically, with it being shipped up to 4 months, allowed further shipping, it basically pasteurized his beers for America, pasteurized milk. Beer was pasteurized before milk was.
Which just tells you, beer's more important.
Yes. Refrigerated rail carts also helped shipped his beer across long distances, which, they were, but they were expensive. He took matters in his own hands and started a company to build the rail cars faster and for less money. And a network of rail-side ice houses followed shortly after, and long before, Anheuser-Busch was taking the entire country by storm with that.
Yeah.
It's just some of the stuff right there, man. He ended up dying Bush ended up dying in 1913, and his name and his entrepreneurial legacy define Budweiser to this day. His funeral was a testament to his character. Tens of thousands of people came to pay tribute, to pay their respects, and with the process extended for miles. All these people came for his funeral because of what he did for beer in general. But We have right here in my hand a nice, good can
America?
Busch beer.
That's Budweiser, sir.
Did I say Busch?
Remember,
thinking about
Anheuser-Busch came together. So
Yes, Anheuser-Busch. Yeah, I got one of his beers. You can tell I've been drinking, have I? Huh?
No, not you. Only little by little by little by little by little by little by little until we got to this point.
There you go, man.
Oh, thank you for the Merica. What I like about this beer, this is a much lighter lager made here in America and is amazing. And usually Budweiser has their American cans out this time of year, but apparently aren't because everybody's becoming little sissies.
Yeah.
Hey, Nike pulled their American shoes. What do they call them? The Old Bettys, whatever they were?
Yeah.
Betty Ross. Sorry.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
That is definitely crazy. But I mean, Busch or Budweiser right here, it's a pretty good beer. I mean, it's something that you basically would take my glasses off here and read the can here. I'm going to read the can right here.
Woo!
With information just for the hell of it. Because actually, how many people do read the can of beer they drink? Not many. They just look at it, oh, it's a can. It stores my drink and stuff there. This right here is an...
Don't think too hard.
They got the print so damn small on here. 10 grams of protein.
Yeah, bro, you can get protein out of this because Merica
beer.
But you know what's funny? They always say the best beer to drink because of the calorie count is Miller Lite. I disagree.
You do. I can't read this stuff, man. I can't read it.
Then don't. You be all right.
Yeah. Where's our beer guy at? Where's Derek?
Probably getting drunk somewhere because it's the 4th of July.
He probably is. And hello there, viewer, right there. Let me pull my glasses off because I can't see. I'm getting beer goggles. Arthas One Pro, hello. Thank you for joining us here tonight.
Thank you. Happy 4th.
We're going to give you a glass. Tip you a glass there.
Oh, my goodness. Excuse me. I did that again.
Oh, damn. I'm trying to kill this yearling so I can get my sip in for Budweiser.
Chug. Oh.
When I was 20-something, I could do this.
Keg stand. Oh, sorry. We don't
Take 20 years off me, I can do that.
I mean, I'm getting old, too, but I can, kind of do it. Oh, there you go. Now get that Bud in. Get you some of that Bud Heavy. Bud. Bud. Wise.
Those are the good. What was your favorite Budweiser commercial?
The frogs.
The frogs. I like the one with the mob. How you doing? Remember that one?
Oh, I do.
You remember that one?
Man, I tell you what. Good times, America.
Yeah, definitely. Our next drink, I'm going to pull up here. Since you mentioned it, talk about Miller Lite. Right there. You're talking about Miller Lite. What can you tell us about Miller Lite?
I can tell you that it is a light beer.
It is a light beer. In a white bottle.
In a white bottle currently. But it was introduced nationally in 1975. Miller's heavy advertising approach worked with the two previous light beers where they had failed. And Miller Lite became their really classic, really successful light beer for Miller. And they said they have production totals that reached 12.8 million barrels and then went up to 24.2 million barrels by 1977. And Miller rose to be the second place in the American brewing marketplace.
Really?
It ended up going on to get massive sponsorships in NASCAR and other American sports. So, yeah, Miller Lite.
Miller Lite. Well, let's crack open a Miller Lite here.
And you know what's funny? And just throw it out there, it was actually developed by a biochemist.
Really?
Yes, by the name of Dr. Joseph L. Owatis, Ph.D. He was a biochemist who was working for New York's Ringgold Brewery and was literally about the science of beer. Oh, excuse me, third time. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, fans. I'm so sorry.
Damn.
Merica. Miller Lite is a very popular choice by college students, given its easy drinkability and light beer. Very light, as you can see. It goes down very smooth. It also only has 9 carbohydrates, no fat, and about, 27 calories?
Jeez. That's crazy, man. That's insane. Let's see how light this is.
Cheers. Light enough to chug.
I'll tell you right now, what went down smoother when I chugged it was the
I avoided it that time.
was the Budweiser.
Whew, I don't know. That went down easier than that Bud. Tell you what.
I don't know, but that's pretty interesting to know about there. That Miller Lite was invented by a biochemist.
But you see how easy it is to drink.
Yeah.
Now, part of that is part of also their advertising campaign was tastes great, less filling.
Now let me ask you: you're out at a restaurant. You're out.
Whiskey.
You don't even know what I was going to say yet.
I mean, whiskey solves all problems and answers all questions. So
It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. What the fuck are your parents? Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop.
So you know what I love about that clip? The hand was broken off in the clock. Like straight up just broken off. Oh man, America.
I don't know what the hell that was all about.
That was where'd you find that clip? Okay, so I have to ask though, what's your favorite Miller Lite commercial?
My favorite Miller Lite commercial?
There should only be one.
Damn. I can't. I can remember the Budweiser ones. Oh, yeah, the girls with the big boobs.
The cat fight. Wow, you had to go that way with it. The cat fight girls.
I'm seeing big boobs from this
I
side.
thought you all said, oh, the girls with the big boobs. Oh, man, the girls with big boobs. I feel like you just morphed back to being like 14. Oh, I couldn't avoid that one. I'm sorry, fans. I'm not doing much better over here. But, yeah, the cat fight girls was most notably debuted during a Super Bowl excuse me. I've drank so much beer, I'm just burp-tastic over here. Is the cat fight girls that debuted during the Super Bowl and ended up making a long line of great commercials over the course of the next year. Was part of a really great advertising campaign by Miller Lite that really pulled in a lot of male drinkers, and they really started pushing heavy in NASCAR in 1983 by sponsoring Bobby Allison's car, which ended up being driven more famously by Rusty Wallace,
Yes.
who also
Yes.
advertised the Miller Genuine Draft brand.
Mm-hmm.
So very interesting. The history of Miller Lite has not only in beer, but in overall Americanism with NASCAR.
Exactly. Exactly. I remember when Rusty was driving. Back when I watched NASCAR heavily, back in the...
And now it's just, bleh.
I know, it wasn't anything like it was back then.
Yeah, they've totally reinvented it and not in a good way. See, now you get on my level, son.
There we go. Whew, I feel better
Yeah,
now.
there you go. There you go. There you go.
I feel like I can take a shit, and then when I'm done, I just...
Oh, you mean like normal people who flush the toilet?
Yeah. You don't leave it in there for like 2 days, and they come back in there, and then they start bitching. They're like, who shit in my toilet? It's like, oh, I did.
Who the hell you hang out with that take a shit in the toilet and don't flush it for 3 days?
I have a lot of friends.
It wasn't Big Cousin Frank from KZW, was it?
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, damn. But let's...
I know Cousin Frank getting real Merica right now.
Yeah, he's probably shooting fireworks off and eating biscuits and gravy, man.
Probably.
Yeah. Shout out to KCW, man.
Love you guys. Kentucky's Own Wrestling. Make sure you check them out at facebook.com/Somerset Kentucky's Own.
Definitely. Our last beer is Coors Light.
Woo, now, I this one actually has a special place in my heart because when I was a kid, Actually, that's a bad way to start a drinking story. Not when I was a kid. When I was much younger. In my more legal youth.
I walked in my daddy's liquor cabinet and I took some six about liquor.
Don't make fun of that. I was that kid. Anyways, because at 5 years old, I tried Budweiser. So when I was at a younger age of, we'll say 21, I used to drink a lot of Bud Light, stuff like that. But I ended up getting turned on to Coors Light, and I became a Coors Light drinker.
You did?
Yes. Now, it was introduced in 1978 by the Coors Brewing Company. Only has an alcohol content of 4.2%, but it is a very good, very drinkable beer. A lot of people like to say it's watered down. It's not watered down. It's still beer. It's just a lot lighter, kind of like a Miller Lite, but a little bit more calories. But it's still a great beer and drinks really, really light and really easily. So it was my beer of choice when I was younger, and always enjoyed it. The history on it a little bit: Adolf Coors, who was born in 1847 in Germantown, known as oh my goodness, I'm gonna butcher this. Wuppertal Oberrahmen, decided to locate to Golden, Colorado in 1873. In the Rocky Mountains, with the great source of water that's used in the beer, which is probably why people say it's watered down. It's really good water that they use for the beer, unlike a lot of different places around the country. But with that, they ended up getting all the way to the point where he ended up creating a bunch of different kinds of beer, and ended up coming out with this beer after the company changed hands. They tried a bunch of different kinds. Finally got the recipe for Coors Light, and Coors giving you this.
Yeah, right there. It's pretty light. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Miller Lite, actually. A little bit. And that's the thing. It's very similar in the lightness. And this was something that, at the time, a lot of people were more health conscious when this beer came out in the mid-'70s and wanted to try and get on that bandwagon. So with that, they tried to come up with a healthier, low-carb beer, and was really how a lot of light beers were introduced. And you get Coors Light. Yeah. Oh, man, you can't miss that taste. I tell you what. And just to put it out there, even though that Coors Light was Colorado-based, along with the Coors Company, they heavily got into NASCAR as well. They did.
Along with a lot of beer. Actually, to really put it out there, a lot of old-school American brewers put out a lot of different, or were able to get involved in NASCAR. Budweiser, Miller, Coors. Coors actually sponsored the 40 of Sterling Marlin at one time. So, all that good stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
And shout out to Rohan. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Gotta love it.
Yes, Rohan. Thank you there. Yeah, Coors Light, this actually, and then also, if it's true or not, the water from the Rockies, they use this in the Coors Light.
Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, those watching and those tuning in, we tried out 4 beers tonight here for a mini draft day special here on the Merica Edition of the Everett Lee Show. We had Yeeling, Budweiser, Miller Lite,
and of course, Coors Light.
Chris, out of all 4 of these,
man,
what would be your choice for the 2019 Merica Edition draft day pick?
Damn it, I knew you were going to ask me that.
Of course.
Oh, man. Now that I've had a lot of beers, I'm a lot more looser than I was earlier. Hell yeah, brother America. It's so hard because all 4 of these beers were integral in my legal youth.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. What's funny is I'm not trying. These are just coming up naturally.
They usually come out more better.
more better. You're American as hell.
Yeah,
No. But what I always found really awesome. Look at me. I'm getting all crazy with the mic over here. Is all these beers have their own unique properties. Nowadays I drink a lot more craft beer. I try to have a more sophisticated taste. But you can always get down on some good American classics. But I'm sorry. There's only one American beer that can quench my thirst. And that's Yuengling.
Whew. Well,
Oh, it tastes like freedom.
I like all the beers, but when it does come to a beer that I love drinking, I met you back in 2016 when you first came on the show.
Man, like 6 years ago.
I know,
Three years ago. I can't count. I've been drinking that much.
Back 3 years ago, your first appearance right here on the Everett Lee Show on episode 17.
Oh, man.
There's something that you brought with you that I got hooked on, and I didn't realize how good it was because I saw.
It's not drugs, people. It's not drugs.
Nah. There we go. That was a good one.
Well, wait, did I get you hooked on freedom?
You got me hooked on freedom, but you got me hooked on this.
Good old Yingling.
Yingling.
Because you remember I showed up with a 6-pack, didn't I?
Yes, you did. You showed
Cheers,
up
brother.
with a 6-pack. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, your draft day. Merica Edition 2 for the 4th of July special here on the Everett Lee Show is none other than Yingling.
That's right, America's oldest beer.
That's right. That's right. So let's.
That's right, America, Philly Dilly. Where's that UK guy? No, you know what's funny? I have no hate against the UK. It's been many years. And I have friends of mine in the UK that live in London. So, it's all good. And live in the surrounding areas of London. Excuse me, the southern UK.
I'm just wondering, do they actually hate us on the 4th of July?
No. I think it's one of those kind of like a punchline thing. It's like, haha, it's America's birthday, and all of them are like, haha, you filthy traitors, you filthy colonials, and it just becomes a running joke. I even thought about getting a Treason Day shirt one time because I thought it'd be funny. But then I remembered, oh wait, I'm American. So, but at the end of the day, I don't feel like there's any animosity nowadays. Nowadays, you got to remember, the U.S. and the U.K. we like this.
Yeah,
we like this. That's our English brothers.
Yeah, they are.
And you know what? We bailed them out and helped them out just like France and WW2, but at the end of the day, they've always been great trade partners, and we've always shared a lot of great advancements between the two, and I even dated a British girl once, just saying.
Nice.
She had only been here like 9 months.
I'll give you a thumbs up for that one right there, man. I'll give you a thumbs up.
Oh my goodness! Oh, you killed me, sir. You're like a kid in a candy store. I swear. You like to go to a candy store, they got all kinds of candy. I hate to take you to a production truck and just see how wild you get.
Yeah. Oh God, I'd have a field day.
You'd be asking for every transitional video that they have on stock.
Yes, I would OD over on. I would OD with
OD on media.
Yeah, I would. I'd be sitting there. I'd be like, what happened to him? He's plugged into the Matrix.
Don't mind him. Anytime he can jack in, he's good.
Yes. Anytime. I mean, I let it hang all out like I've been doing tonight, man.
Oh, no. Be careful with that, because you let it hang out too much, we might get the FCC calling us and all kinds of stuff.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Who let John Cena in here? Wait a minute, I couldn't see that guy. Who was it? I couldn't see him.
I couldn't see him. That was bad because Nikki Bella, you know why she broke up with John Cena?
Why was that?
Because she couldn't see him.
Probably in more ways than one. Hey-o. Hot damn! I tell you what.
Well,
America.
There is something here that we could probably show. Actually, I got something right down here that I could probably show.
Whoa!
Don't let your kids what?
Oh my goodness! How do we have a show still?
I don't know because basically, anyone can walk in right now. Because if I could go flippity flip, flack, fickety flack, fack, and just cuss, and I think I'm going to start going on a cussing rant right now because I am so pissed because basically.
Hey, stop!
you fuckers watching this sick shit. This is sickening.
Just saying.
Yeah, he's right. We got random stuff like that popping up here tonight on the Everett Lee Show.
Hey, it's Merica Edition. You never know what's going to happen.
That's right. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. And especially this right here, Chris. You want to see what basically like evil looks like? If I can find it.
Oh, my goodness.
Humanity's actually, let's say, you know what humanity's worst fear is? Here's what humanity's worst fear looks like.
施錠をしたとはいえ、こんな古い木の扉なんて簡単に破られるだろうな。
Oh, my goodness.
That's what humanity's worst fear is.
My goodness.
Oh, God. Well, let's talk about some wrestling. Let me go ahead and hit the in-ring report music.
1, 2, 3.
All right. This past weekend, while you were in Tampa at the XFL for Final Score,
XFL.
where was Everett Lee at?
Oh, I heard you were at this little event called Firefest with CEO Gaming and AEW.
I was. I definitely was. I was there. I checked out everything that was going on with Firefest. And do you get the joke why it was called Firefest? I didn't realize this after,
because of the actual Firefest. That was a horrific disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you have not seen the Netflix documentary on that, it's amazing. Go watch it.
My wife watched it. She said you definitely got to watch it because it definitely was amazing. Just watching it because of everything that went on. They did a parody of that. Okay, that was the whole thing of this with AEW doing the parody of this right here.
Right.
So, were you able to check it out on Bleacher Live?
No, I was in Tampa Bay at Raymond James Stadium being a boss in the XFL.
That night you didn't get watch it?
No, because Bleacher Report still charges you for weeks after for the same price.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so, something to keep in mind.
Were you able to see anything on it?
Yes, but I will not confirm how I did.
Okay, but you got to see it.
I did get to see it.
Let's confirm that.
And honestly, it had its moments. A lot of it was pretty exciting. I was very disappointed by the pre-show.
Everyone has been disappointed with the pre-show because let me start right there since you brought that up.
That's
let me
what she
start
said.
right there. Okay, best friends Chuck Taylor and Trent Burnetta went up against SoCal Uncensored, Scorpio Sai, and Frankie Kazarian, two guys that I love seeing in the ring, and Private Party with Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn. I think that's his name.
Yes, Mark Quinn.
Mark Quinn. This show, this match right here with the three-way was a pretty damn good one. Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, I was rooting for them while everybody else was cheering for Best Friends and Private Party. But, actually, I knew nothing about Private Party. I knew nothing about these guys.
Really?
I knew nothing about them, but they impressed the hell out of me that I did take notice because whoever, I don't know which one it was, if it was Isaiah or Mark, those guys right there, if they were solo and not in the tag, they basically would be a good superstar, a future rising superstar, because it'd be someone that people could get behind.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? And I was pulling for SoCal Uncensored to win this one. But
definitely.
Best Friends got the defeat. I mean, they got the victory. They defeated both teams. And now they advance to All Out for an opportunity for a first-round buy-in for the AEW Tag Team Championship tournament. Now, I have a feeling that I know I'm gonna go off sidetrack just for a minute. We will probably see what the AE Tag Team Championship belts look like at All Out, because the only thing that we've got to see so far is the World Heavyweight title.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to see what these tag belts look like, and I'm happy that Best Friends won. I mean, that was the team that I didn't pick to win. I was like, okay. I wanted two of the other teams to win, but
yeah, I kind of thought maybe SoCal Uncensored was probably going to take this one, especially with Frankie Kazarian and his involvement. But that and Scorpio Sky. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it definitely is.
But that second pre-show match between Allie and Leva Bates, snore.
I was cringing in my seat. I've been to many wrestling events in my life, Chris, and one thing I have to say is I was cringing in my seat for this match to end.
I was too. It was it was very painful.
It was. I don't even remember much about this. I know Allie defeated Levy Bates.
Yep.
And that pretty much was it.
That's all you need to remember.
That's pretty much it.
It was less than 10 minutes, so.
Yeah. Now, here's the match that we kind of discussed a little bit before we went live tonight.
Yes.
Michael Nakazawa
and Alex Jabali.
Alex Jabali, for those who don't know, is the president or head of CEO Gaming, who put on this tournament last year and had New Japan Wrestling. Last year, him and Nakazawa got into it. Now, this is the same guy at All Out or All In or Double or Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
One of those, it's Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing, yes.
This is the same jackass that poured baby oil on him to get out of a waist lock or a wrist lock.
I mean, honestly, I feel like that's pretty ingenious. I mean, why not make yourself slippery to get out of the holds? Just saying.
Just saying. I just...
America. Just like we got out of the waist lock hold of the UK and told England that we were going to be independent. America.
I just didn't see any, just with that right there. That just threw me off. He did the same damn thing again. This was supposed to be a hardcore match, Chris, and they were getting thrown around in a kiddie pool with kiddie toys.
Ridiculous.
Michael Nakazawa defeated Jabali. Mm-hmm. And I was glad that was over with, because when
ending the pre-show.
Yeah, ending the pre-show, because when this was all happening, when different perspective from the crowd, people were like, yeah, and I people were looking at me weird all night because of the comments and stuff I was saying out loud. Yeah. I was like this. I was like when they started going into the kiddie pool and with the balloons and everything. I said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I said, "This must be a hardcore match." And people are looking at me like I was crazy. I'm like, "No, I'm really. I want to see more hardcore stuff, not game controllers and blow up animals." But that in the pre-show, like you said, Christopher Daniels. I love Christopher Daniels.
I love Christopher Daniels.
He's so great. I met him and Frankie Kazarian at Ring of Honor a few years ago at one of the shows there in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, I met him way back in the TNA days, but he honestly has never changed as a person from what I've heard.
No. Great guy, great talent. He went up against SEMA, who was part of the tag group that faced SoCal Uncensored at All In. You know which one I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, SEMA defeated Christopher Daniels. Good hell of a match. SEMA, I can see him rising up as a talent in AEW.
Very well could be. It just depends upon if AEW keeps things going. I've actually had a little bit of reservations when it comes to AEW, and some people call me absolutely crazy. But it's like, you watch pay-per-view, you get these smart marks who think that they know every little in and out, and think that their opinion is all that matters. However, as someone who's actually worked in the industry, someone who's actually helped in running a promotion, someone who has bled, sweat, cried, whole nine through wrestling and, horrific injuries to boot, I feel like I have a pretty good idea of how this stuff goes. And with AEW, I've been cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
And in a lot of ways, they've delivered, but in a lot of other ways, they've kind of left you wanting more. So we'll still see how things go. But there were some good matches on this.
There were some good matches. There definitely was some good matches. I mean, one match I was upset about was the Nyla Rose going up against Raiho and Yuku Sakauki.
Yuka Sakazaki.
Yuku Sakasaki.
You're so American.
I did not like the finish of this match. The bigger person, this should have been a squash match. Not more than 3 minutes. She should have came out there, Nyla Rose. Boom, boom, boom. Done. That's it. Good night. Goodbye. But it didn't happen. But
in a perfect world.
Oh, God.
Known as America.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Drinking all that beer.
You know what was a good match?
Which one?
Adam Page, Jimmy Havoc, Jungle Boy, MJF.
Yes, MJF. The promo that he cut before he came out there.
Amazing.
Fantastic. MJF, I could see him being one of the top heels in AEW within the next year. Within the next year. I can see Adam Page being one of the top baby faces, and with MJF being the top heel. Jungle Boy, I can see him coming into his own because one credibility that he has and is that he is the son of the late Luke Perry.
Ooh. Luke Perry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And Jimmy Havoc. Jimmy Havoc has this look. He has this look and thing about Jimmy Havoc.
Well, you know why Jimmy Havoc is the way he is.
Why is that? Oh, yeah, that's right. He is from the UK. He definitely is from the UK. He definitely
Just saying.
Just saying. Now,
America.
One thing, America.
Fuck yeah!
Now with one match that I thought was pretty good because it was like an old school wrestling match. Psychological was Cody Rhodes going up against Darby Allin. I knew nothing about Darby Allin. Do you know anything about Darby Allin?
He's from America, so America. And he's best known for appearances on the World Wrestling Network promotions. Highest being, I think, Evolve. I think was the biggest promotion he's been involved in.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't really much on him other than he made his pro wrestling debut in 2015 under the ring name Darby Graves. And he's wrestled a handful of matches, honestly. And he also, in 2017, wrestled Matt Cross, who I've actually had run-ins with in the past. And him and Matt Cross were defeated by Redragon to 5-5 Gigantic Night 2. And he also has wrestled guys like Super Crazy at GCW, Game Changer Wrestling, and stuff of that nature. But Evolve 59 in 2016 honestly was one of his bigger things that he's been involved in, just because we know how big Evolve is nowadays. And of course, Full Impact Pro in early 2017. So, could always see how things go. But he also is known for having wrestled NXT's Velveteen Dream back in 2018 at an Evolve 113.
Really?
Yeah, but he was defeated by Dream, so, and then at 116 wrestled Mustafa Ali and also wrestled at 117 Cassius Ohno.
Nice.
And then wrestled Roderick Strong at 118. So the guy's been able to get himself some big-time matches in a very small amount of time and really get his career off to a crazy start. He's also worked with Lucha Libre AAA worldwide. He's also... wrestled with Progress Wrestling and stuff of that nature, and is starting to really get himself going. So definitely watch out for him now that he's part of All Elite. So we'll definitely see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't know much about him going into this, but he wanted to make sure that Cody would get defeated by him. Now, one thing about this match here, Cody pretty much led the match.
Of course he did. He's the pro.
He led the match. This right here would have to be Darby Allin. If you would you agree with me? Darby Allin's biggest match in his career he's ever had, because Cody is a veteran at this point right now.
Oh, absolutely, 110%. You know, at this point, Cody has been a consummate professional, having worked across multiple promotions, including WWE. So I'm not really too surprised that he was the guy that was leading this match.
Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people were complaining about this at the end of it. The chair shot that...
Oh, the chair shot heard around the world?
Yes, that Cody took to the head. I saw it live, man.
I have seen the video. It was very... Oh, gosh, it was very grotesque.
Yeah.
Because it was unprotected. Cody Rhodes did not put his hands up in any kind of way. You had him seeing the seat basically wrap around to the back of his head, pops him right open. It's very dangerous. But, you know, Sean Spears, you know what's crazy about the whole thing is thinking of the video in my head, I just remember Brandy Rhodes getting up in the ring. And, of course, you saw the female ref, which is the first female ref in wrestling with AEW. And you just see the look of concern on her face. You know how real that moment was.
Yeah.
And you see the puddle of blood pooling in the ring under Cody Rhodes' head. And I hate seeing things like this just because, you know, weapons are fun, sure. But with something like this, it can turn really bad really fast. And having been the recipient of a chair shot of this nature, where I was unable to protect myself because I literally was spun into it, and having the dent in my skull that I now have, and the concussion I sustained, and the amount of blood loss I went through, it's not something you really want to go through. It was literally one of the most painful things I ever experienced outside of my back. So I really feel for you, Cody Rhodes. That super, super sucks. Try and be a little bit safer next time. From your boy, Chris Carnage.
Yeah, definitely be safe. Now, the concern in the arena and stuff, everyone was like, oh, damn. It's like, oh, man, he's bleeding.
Oh, yeah.
Now, when everyone was concerned about this and the mystique about this, why would Sean Spears attack Cody Rhodes?
Oh, this is setting up for something much, much bigger.
It was until the Young Bucks basically kind of threw the kayfabe out the window for me for this.
Oh, for sure.
It was a gimmick chair. They tried to take the pin out where it basically would fold over or something, you know what I mean? And it just didn't work. It failed.
Yeah, it killed the man.
Mm-hmm. Almost killed him. That right there got me on that, because I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, they basically broke the kayfabe on that, because it's like they should have said something like, yeah, Sean, why the heck would he come out there after Cody Rhodes, or build something up towards that?
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't. They didn't do that. Oh, yeah, it was a gimmick chair shot. So I kind of threw that out there for me. And speaking of the Young Bucks, him and Kenny Omega going up against the Lucha Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Great match. The only thing I did not like was the Street Fighter Hadouken thing in the ring. I thought it was kind of stupid there.
Well, okay. To give more clarification on stuff like this, the indie scene has a funnier approach to wrestling. So, you know, you don't always get the 80s over-the-top WWE style of wrestling, or the very grit and grind, grit and dirt, you know, style indie wrestling that we got to enjoy with ROH in the early and mid-2000s, is that you see comedy take more of a front stage, and you see a lot of things from pop culture, even old school pop culture like Street Fighter, pop up into wrestling these days. And I think it's a way to try and keep things a little bit fresh. But to me, once you hit a certain level, especially with a company like AEW that has a billionaire that's richer than Vince McMahon backing you, you need to take things a little bit more serious. And you know what? Just kind of touch on the seriousness, especially with the chair shot that was heard around the world, is that a lot of the upper echelon of the actual company of AEW came out and said that it was deplorable. They really didn't like that it happened. They didn't like the type of risk it put to Cody Rhodes, and given that he is one of the center stage talents and innovators of AEW, that you don't want to have someone like that really in that type of a situation.
Right. I thought it was kind of silly and stupid, and people in the crowd there, their reaction was kind of like, huh? Like, really?
Yeah.
Because a lot of them didn't get it, and I heard some of the people that were in the crowd there.
That's how you know they're fair weather fans.
Yeah. A lot of people were kind of like, and a lot of other people were like, yeah. And then I'm yelling at people in front of me to sit the F down because me and my wife couldn't see.
Wow.
Yeah, I did. I yelled at one guy because Amanda basically almost jumped in someone's lap just so they could see what's going on. And I didn't get enough pictures because someone kept jumping up in my way. I finally yelled. I was like, sit the down.
Yeah, people can be ridiculous when you go to these types of events, and you never know what you're really going to get.
Yeah. Did I tell you? I told you how I felt when I was there watching this.
Oh, you did. I talked to you on the way home.
Yeah,
from Tampa, from Raymond James Stadium, from the XFL, from the Summer Showcase.
That's just how I felt. That's how I felt, man.
Yeah,
because
crazy.
You said basically, yeah, you probably were, and I said that's just how I felt. I didn't feel that great being, it's just I've never felt this uneasy during certain spots during a wrestling show than I have this one, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because it was in my own backyard. It only took me 10 minutes to get home.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. And then, I mean, all in all, I'd have to say basically the last match of the night, Jon Moxley, he got the biggest pop there. It was loud when he came in there, going up against Joey Janela, the bad boy Joey Janela. They let it all loose. Now, there's a point during the match, Chris, I said to myself, this needs to end. This has to end. And it still kept going and going and going.
Well, funny thing, though, it wasn't even the longest match of the night, so...
Yeah. It was 20 minutes. The longest match of the night was the 6-man tag match. That was the longest match of the night, but it went 20 minutes.
Which isn't bad, and Joey Janela is a really talented guy. Joey Janela has wrestled with a lot of different promotions, including PWG, which is a Pro Wrestling Guerrilla out of California, which is a comedy promotion.
Yes.
Combat Zone Wrestling, CZW, which is one of the more hardcore promotions. And, of course, Major League Wrestling, MLW, out of Florida. So the guy is very, very talented and very weathered. He's been on the road. He's worked a lot of promotions. So I wasn't too surprised, but this was a non-sanctioned match to try and give it that edge, especially with Jon Moxley and the type of character that he is. So it wasn't a bad match. Just went on longer than was necessary.
Mm-hmm. It did. It should have went about 15 minutes, not 20 minutes though, but it ended at 20 minutes. And once that was done, and Kenny Omega showed up, beat up Jon Moxley because after what he did with him at Double or Nothing, he
beat up John Cena. Oh, sorry.
He came in there and he basically beat him up. He got his revenge for what Moxley did to him at Double or Nothing. Now, all in all, I have to say this was a pretty good pay-per-view. It's definitely a pretty good pay-per-view. It was a pretty good match. I'm looking forward to seeing what Fight of the Fallen is going to bring, especially that tag match with the Rhodes brothers going up against the Young Bucks.
Oh yeah,
that's one thing I definitely have to check out. And of course, everyone on social media was talking about it and was ablazed about everything that was going on. Now, one thing that that's interesting is about social media. You heard about Drew McIntyre talking about giving his comments on social media?
I have not.
You have not? He mentioned a thing about how basically with wrestlers, with social media, you know how social media reflects with wrestlers and stuff.
Oh yeah,
it's like just like they get on there. He likes responding to comments with constructive constructive criticism, not anything.
Can't tell you've been drinking.
What do you mean?
You slurring all over the place over there. Sir.
Am I slurring?
You're constructive criticism.
I am not.
It's okay, sir. It's draft day. It's allowed. Deep breath.
Okay. Now, with Drew McIntyre talking about social media and constructive criticism. Shut up, man.
I was talking about constructive what?
Criticism.
Oh, it's too good.
Constructive criticism. Yeah. Comments. He likes responding to that.
Definitely.
He likes to respond to that. Okay. He don't like responding to anything that's not like that. And he feels that it's taken away with a lot from the wrestling community with how social media is with wrestling.
Right.
But I found that interesting. I thought I'd throw that in there.
No, you can't go wrong with that. But the big thing I look at is that when it comes to social media and how it's used, especially with professional wrestlers, it can be used as a way to kind of help promote yourself and get yourself out there a little bit more. I hate how WWE does it, though, because they end up turning it over to their social media team and not even the wrestlers, and it becomes way more boring and very, WWE, hoorah, let us carry our flag. And it gets really annoying and really a pain in my ass. But it can be used in a lot of funny and awesome ways, especially when you have people like Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans who control their own social media accounts and, get into back and forth barbs that are actually pretty funny. A big thing is that WWE has been making a real big push and trying to use social media to help enhance the overall experience of the product, which isn't bad, but they do it in very corny and, impractical kind of ways, which can be very annoying at times. But sometimes you do get, comedy gold. If it were up to me, though, I feel like a lot of talent shouldn't be on social media just because of the fact that you end up drawing a lot of undue attention and you end up breaking the fourth wall or kayfabe a lot. And I feel that it's kind of exposing to what the industry is supposed to be. And I know people are all about, let's advance the product. Let's advance where we are because, that's how the world is these days. However, with a product like wrestling, you can't do that. It's like asking theater people on Broadway to, break the fourth wall and, tweet out while they're doing a show as the character.
Exactly. Now,
Merica.
That's right. Merica, fuck yeah.
I like how you sing it before you even hit the sound clip.
I am.
Merica, fuck yeah!
Now, what do you think about? What's your thoughts on the news that hearing about Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman?
Well, with
Heyman on SmackDown, Bischoff on Heyman on Raw. Bischoff on SmackDown.
Do you need another beer, sir?
No, I'm good.
You sure? Okay, just want to make sure. All right, so with Paul Heyman becoming now the basic creative drive and directing of Raw, Bischoff taking SmackDown, I feel this puts you in a very advantageous position because now it's no longer all up to Vince at all times. And if you get the influence of the person who ran ECW and the influence of the person who successfully ran WCW, I feel you can give yourself a multi-diversified product because you have Triple H running NXT. So, you really give yourself a good fair shot. But what I fear with this is that Vince McMahon and his 80s stylistic good guy, bad guy approach is going to rear its ugly head because no matter how you look at it, he always has the last say. And that's something that could greatly hurt this. I think it's amazing. I think it could turn into something really great. But you really won't know how this will work out until we get through the rest of this year and up into WrestleMania next year to know how all this is going to play out. Because we always know WrestleMania is the big place where rivalries and storylines come to an end to help make births for new ones the next night on Raw, which is why the Raw after Mania is the most watched Raw of the year.
Yeah.
And all usually has the most surprises.
Yeah.
But with Vince McMahon and how he likes to play his hand into things, I do worry about how it will affect storyline and progress of a lot of different talent going forward from now. However, like I said, we'll be able to see in the coming weeks and months and into Mania next year where really all this will go. Mm-hmm. So the jury is out.
A lot of people say by SummerSlam, we
should have a good idea by then.
A lot of good ideas. A lot of good ideas about where and who's running who. What's the changes?
Yes.
Now Monday night, get to see one little change.
We did, and we saw some pretty crazy angles take place.
Yeah, the beginning of Raw was the best opening of Raw in a long time, man.
And that's what they need. They need that 1-2 punch that really puts them over the edge like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Strowman spearing Lashley through the LED screen.
Yes, which I'm really interested to see how all that's going to play out. But that's what you want. You want people to wonder because that was extreme. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. It's interesting. And then, of course, the club coming back together. Mm-hmm. That was amazing as well.
Yeah, Ricochet, AJ Styles. Great match.
Absolutely was. My thing is, though, I wonder if this will take an impact, especially on Raw, obviously, with Paul Heyman. Do you still see Bray Wyatt's, funhouse, angle still play through? Mm-hmm. Through all this?
Now, it's a great point that you bring up Bray Wyatt, because one of the things a lot of people have been saying about is, Aleister Black's promos on SmackDown is aimed towards Bray Wyatt. Apparently, at Extreme Rules, Bray Wyatt will be the one coming to answer the challenge to Aleister Black.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that would definitely be interesting. That'll definitely be interesting. But, I mean, I agree with everything you said about with Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman. We'll definitely by WrestleMania we'll see what roles and what kind of influence they can bend Vince to let them do, and you'll see how much out of the rating slump they can bring Raw and SmackDown.
Please tell me they get rid of the 24/7 title. This is the most absurd thing. If it's not the hardcore title, nobody's gonna care.
You know why? You know why I think they gave R-Truth a title like that, because of everything he's done.
Because he can win it 3,700 times and be the greatest champion ever at that title.
Tell me it's not entertaining. At first, I was like, but now it's gotten a little bit more entertaining.
Honestly, I think it's just a way for them to try and have wrestling outside of the ring and be able to do it anywhere at any time and be able to give you an update at any time on their terms.
I was actually laughing at the video with Drafe Maverick getting pinned at his wedding.
Oh my goodness.
Just R-Truth's funny because when he's doing that interview on SmackDown with The Miz, for Miz TV, he said, "Yeah, I tell you, Miz, it's hard holding this 24-hour European championship."
Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. Absurdity. Blasphemy. Shenaniganry.
R-Truth's the only guy I know of the inner Royal Rumble to pull a ladder out and try to climb to the top of it, reaching for a invisible briefcase.
He's also one of the few to actually come out while rapping as well, but, we'll let that go by. But either way, though, I'm very interested to see how the direction of both shows go. Obviously, I don't feel like SmackDown kind of got as punchy as Raw did, but, like I said, it's going to take time, so we'll definitely see in the future.
Yeah, it's definitely going to take some time. It definitely is. It definitely is. And before we do the state of the WWE state address with Chris Carnage, we're going to take a quick break and give a shout out to the sponsors of Podcast City Network.
The following support and sponsor Podcast City Network. City Limits Tap Room, sports bar in DeLand, Florida, has brew on tap, serve food, the grilled cheese is excellent. For upcoming events, check out City Limits Tap Room on Facebook.com/City Limits Tap Room. Morph Tee, a comfortable and lightweight 100% polyester t-shirt with illustrated morph characters that, when worn, will make the illustrations seem to come to life. For more of Tony Rodriguez's work, You can see his full line of apparel at teespring.com. Sports Sanity Customs have worked with organizations from custom embroidering polo shirts to jerseys for your kids' baseball team. They do it all. Armed with state-of-the-art equipment and an in-house design team, they are equipped to take on your next project. Visit their website to learn more, sportsanitycustoms.com. Visit Sports Sanity Customs on facebook.com/sportsanitycustoms. 3Count Design offers a wide range of graphic design products, video, photography and other forms of media. Everything from t-shirt designs to websites. Visit facebook.com/3countdesign for more. Demo Blast Studios, an explosion of imagination. Original artwork, podcasts, video, apparel and more. Visit demoblaststudios.com. Visit Demoblast Studios on facebook.com/Demoblast Studios, the best family entertainment pro wrestling show in the state of Kentucky. Kentucky's Own Wrestling brings quality family vintage wrestling to a town near you. Kentucky's Own Wrestling offers a ladies division in wrestling and a training school. Kentucky's Own Wrestling is the current longest running Southern promotion. Visit facebook.com/Somerset Kentucky's Own Wrestling. All supporters and sponsors are brought to you by Podcast City Network.
You're listening to The Everett Lee Show.
So, to put this pretty much straightforward, WWE is having problems. Big problems. And what kills me about this is that WWE has been coasting off the laurels of their own success. And now they actually have a company that might challenge them. They fear it. And they should, because it is legitimate. And they have more money. So that's always a big thing. But with AEW is that challenge. And you're seeing prominent wrestling promotions from all over the world. New Japan Pro, ROH, AAA, Lucha, all of them. Let's not forget Lucha Underground, that are able to put on an amazing product night in and night out that WWE simply cannot, because they overwork their talent and have no originality. When you hire Nickelodeon writers, it screws you. So, that being said, WWE made the move with Bischoff and with Heyman to try and get some type of creativity on both of their name brand shows that are number 1 and 2 on the USA Network somehow, to try and breathe some life into it, to try and bring the product back full round to where it can actually compete with the AEWs, ROHs, and New Japan Pros of the world. WWE is running scared. Plain and simple. And sadly will not improve until Vince McMahon finally has his liver-spotted old hands off of the product. Now, I also feel with Vince McMahon taking this ride into Americanized football with the XFL is going to be a huge, huge, huge distraction. And that he really needs to step out of the way and allow people like Triple H, Paul Heyman, and Eric Bischoff do what they do best, because all of them are still innovative to their own right to be able to push this wrestling product to where it needs to be. So Vince, I don't care if you're listening or not, you should be, but step out of the way. It is time. It is almost 2020, and you are still trying to be relevant in professional wrestling after 40 years. Step away. Step away.
There you go. There you go. Chris Carnage's address to the WWE. Now, one thing that
Mylanta.
Now, should we throw the green screen thing up?
I think it's time.
Is it time?
It's time.
It is time.
Hey fans, here at Podcast City Network, we have a lot of great shows on all of our great social media outlets. PodcastCity.net.
Facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit that thumbs up. You can send a tweet to Podcast City Network on Twitter at Podcast City Net.
Only on Podcast City Network.
Oh snap, green screen. So let's have some fun with green screen. What we got?
Well, we got a lot of different things that I can pull out.
Right. Let's get this party started.
Like we did last time.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be great.
Oh, it is. Especially because Chris Carnage is here.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you're here too. Yeah. Philly Dilly. It's okay if you're a Tennessee fan. We don't care.
You know I am.
Wah, 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 wah.
All right.
Always a good time.
Here we go.
Always. Oh, man. Oh. I didn't fart on the microphone.
Oh, my God. You are crazy.
My mic doesn't smell, though, so we're okay.
Yeah.
I'll try not to rub it in my eye.
No, don't. Don't rub it in your eye. All right. Let's see here. All right. I got to fix some gamma and contrast and
Get that gamma right.
All that stuff there. All that great stuff.
Philly Dilly.
Philly Dilly. Oh,
sorry,
God.
I'm getting too wild. Gotta play it cool, man.
Gotta play it cool. All right. We got the green screen going right there.
Found a green screen.
Let me pull up something here on YouTube.
Woo! Yeah, buddy. YouTube. Get this party started.
All right. Here we go. The camera's on you right now.
Is it on?
Yeah. Yeah. Green screen effects.
Green screen.
Let's do something crazy here.
I'm already here. I'm crazy. Equally. Get this party started.
All right, we got a green screen up.
Green screen.
Yes, we do. We got the green screen up.
Green screen. Green screen.
Now I gotta fix this here.
Audio dynamics. Green screen.
Audio dynamics.
Feel like a monkey. This is what happens when you get too much alcohol in me.
Yeah.
Speaking of alcohol.
All right. Let's see what this does right here. Let me go ahead and do
with
this.
The side of
here.
stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Let me go ahead and do this here. Let's see what this does.
Stuff.
Where is it?
I don't think that's what you're looking for, sir.
Is that not what I'm looking for? There we go.
There it is.
There we go.
Got a warming for these things. Oh my God. Fun with green screen. Brought to you by Podcast City Network. I think you're having too much fun with this, sir. Too much fun going on, I tell you what. There we go. Some true fun. It's hard to dodge that thing.
What happened?
This car's gonna take it.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna punch it in the paint. Do what I can. I was worried about that one. It went after you, not me. That hurt. Oh, it's always scary.
Oh no. Watch out. That looked like it was from the 50th episode. Let me put it on. Alright.
Always a good time.
Let me pick another one here. Oh, damn. Alright. How about oh, here we go. Here we go.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Is it?
A little bit spicy. Spicy. Spicy.
Oh, okay.
Hey, boss. Part of the beauty of me is that I'm very rich. Yeah, I'm actually a nice person. A lot of us are really smart. I'm really smart. Went to the Wharton School of Finance. Even then, a long time ago, like the hardest or one of the hardest schools to get into. Did well at the school. Came out, made a fortune. We need to build a wall, and it has to be built quickly. You know, I started off in Brooklyn. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
Just a small loan.
Doritos. Look at that.
Fucking right in the pussy.
Where'd that come from?
Damn. Is that from that beer you drank tonight?
Probably. What my ass is gonna look like later. Excuse me.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh damn.
Too much fun.
Too much fun. There we go.
Yeah, we're too darkened out.
Oh, there we go. Maybe like that.
He's got me shot.
There you go. Inhale, exhale.
Got that one good.
Wow.
Indeed.
Wow.
Hey, you get the Doritos? I'm hungry. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh.
They're trying to no-scope me.
Trying to scope you. Obey. Obey.
Sultan.
Oh. Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all.
Fuck around the pussy.
And I'm what's left.
You're a star.
Guess no star for me.
Duff. Have a Duff beer. There's another Duff for you. Oh, damn. There's another one.
Got a real beer. I almost talked into my beer like it was a mic. Oh, man.
Oh, no. Here's another one. And another one. And another one. And another one.
Is the weed on the show real?
Oh.
No.
That wasn't nice.
That wasn't nice. Where did he come from? What the heck? Why'd you move out of the way from that one? Here. Chris Carnage, the Bulls.
Too much craziness.
What the heck? How about this, man? Mission passed.
Oh my goodness.
So you're pretty much done with green screen?
I think I'm winded.
Are you winded?
So winded my wires are mixed up.
You're pretty much done
there
with
we
green
go,
screen,
like magic.
Aren't you? Well, is that pretty much it then for you?
Oh, I'm winded. Oh, America. Probably all about it.
Chris is done, ladies and gentlemen. Chris is done. Let me go ahead and remove this filter here. So, my buddy, my partner in crime. So what do you think about tonight?
Always a good time to do the Everett Lee show.
It always is.
Especially on the 4th of July.
Especially with the 4th of July. And I want to thank everyone that tuned in tonight and watched the Everett Lee show, watched everything that went on with this podcast. Kind of crazy at times and everything, but be sure to check out this podcast up on the Podcast City Network YouTube channel when it becomes available. My battery is about out, so everything's going in and out, in and out, in and out right now. But at least I still can hear some stuff. There, just turn off the thing. I can hear now. But with that said, I want to thank everyone who tuned in tonight. And next week on the Everett Lee Show, be sure to check out my interview that I'll be doing with the Squared Circle City show.
That's right, with Indy Mike.
Indy Mikey will be on the podcast.
Indy Mikey.
Shout out to him. And that right there will be a great interview because he has a lot to say and a lot that... Great conversation what we're going to have there on the episode. And I don't even know where my transparency went.
Somewhere
there it is.
Over the rainbow. Way up. I don't know. You can't believe you let me get that far. I've been drinking.
I have too. And I think we're done with this 4th of July. This has been one hell of a 4th of July episode, has it not?
It has. The only thing that would have made it crazier if we would have had actual fireworks in the studio. But for some reason, I don't think it would have been a good idea, and we might have had the fire marshal called on us. So
exactly.
This is the best we could have done.
Exactly. But with that said...
Cheers to all the fans, to all of our listeners, to everybody who supports us. We thank you. Definitely make sure that you follow Podcast City Network on all social media, on Facebook at /Podcast City Network, and on Twitter at Podcast City Net. And definitely make sure that you also check out our YouTube. Go to Podcast City Network channel on Twitch at twitch.tv /Podcast City Network. And of course, on podcastcity.net.
And subscribe right here on Twitch and follow for live episodes like this of the Everett Lee Show and much, much more. And you mentioned about 427.
You mean 724?
724, yeah. 24/7.
So you pulled all kinds of numbers out of your booty.
Yes, I did.
724, 24/7?
20, yeah.
Which means that something is going to be happening. Oh.
Ooh.
That means on July 24th, 2019, on the Podcast City Network official Twitch channel at twitch.tv /Podcast City Network, you will be able to experience the first ever continuous stream by Podcast City Network of all of our shows, sponsors, advertisements, whole nine. Be like watching TV at twitch.tv /Podcast City Network. So make sure that you enjoy the very first ever stream, and not just regular stream, like, we're going for an hour or two. No. We're going to have the first ever continuous stream of all of the content on Podcast City Network taking place 7/24/19. Make sure you check it out.
What we'll be having, ladies and gentlemen, is you're going to have the shows that you listen to and you view on Podcast City Network. You're basically going to have a 7-hour, 8-hour stream of continuously shows such as the Everett Lee Show, the Chris Carnage Show, ELS Uncut, Films a Classic, Super Radio Brothers, The Imaginarium with Scott and Todd, Wrestle Popcast with Robin Nelson, Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast, Best Friend Show Podcast with Heather Owens and Jade. And my mind just went blank.
All of our shows. We have so many.
All the shows that you find on the network.
That's right. And to be able to know those shows, just go to podcastcity.net. You'll see our full lineup right there on the homepage. All of them will be involved, and it's going to be an amazing time. First time ever multi-hour stream that we're going to be going most today. It's going to be really exciting. Make sure that you check it out. And if you don't, what are you doing with your life?
Exactly. I know for months there you've been seeing the number 7, 24, 19.
That's right.
We're all together right here, and that's what's going to be happening right here on twitch.tv/Podcast City Network. And that is it for the Everett Lee Show.
Yeah, that's all we got today.
That's it. We are done, and we are out of here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay!
Everett Lee signing off. Have a good night. Have a good 4th of July. Be safe, and we'll see you again next week on another episode of the Everett Lee Show. Peace.